Morning, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another cold, freezing Wednesday morning. It's me, Mario. Hey, Ezzy. You made it at the start this week. Woohoo! How is everyone going? 3 minutes and vaunting. No, we're live. There's no 3 minutes. Showtime. It is cold in here. I forgot to come in earlier and turn my heater on before. I normally come in about half an hour before the stream and turn the heater on to warm up the office, but I didn't this morning, and it's freezing. Anyway. So, got the notification, but it's still counting down. That's weird. Very weird. Yum. No straw anymore. I'm off the straw. Yay, finally. So let's do a quick roll call so we can catch up. We'll go back and catch up. In no particular order. The order of the list. Michael, good morning. Hey, James. Hello. Chris. Oh, sorry. No, you've changed it to Azzy now. You're officially Azzy. Tetra 3D Print. That's David. Hello. David has something to show everyone today, don't you, David? Yes, you do. Morning, Giles. Good morning, Jerry. Jet Jarotech. The Embedded Hobbyist. Hello. This old Tony. Who is this old Tony? Is that a YouTuber? Am I showing my ignorance? Hello, Teletronics. Good morning, Paul. Paul the Count is in the house. Hello, Michael. Oh, hello, Sion. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Marius. Hello, Stephen. And Rob. God, I feel like I'm on, was it Romper Room? Saying hi to all the kids. Scrolling. Hello, Crazy Roops. Hello, Zoom. I'm just going to call you Zoom. Pull the curtains. Hello. Hi, Marco. Hey, Gaston. Hey, Andy Mouse. Andy Roberts. Lots of Andys. Hey, Johnny. Good evening. Sipping on 21-year-old Glenlivet. Not my thing. I'm sure it's awesome. 21 years old. Nice, but no. Hello, Chris. I'm a spirits guy. I'm in like a white spirits guy. I think every time I try to do anything that isn't a white spirit, yuck, can't do it. I don't drink a lot of alcohol anyway, not as much as I probably should. Okay, that was quick. We went through it nice and quickly. So, for those of you that caught the initial announcement for the stream, I was going to do a different stream today, but silly Sion ordered a wrong part. And, I mean, that's nothing overly unusual, I guess. It happens to everyone. But I ordered it, and it was delivered almost 2 weeks ago, and it's been sitting in a box, unopened, until yesterday. And I opened it, and went, oh! Wrong part. And I could have had it replaced already, because I've had like 2 or 3 shipments from LCSC since then, and it was like $1.50 worth of parts. I could have just ordered the correct ones and had them here already, but I didn't open the box. So, lesson learnt. Open the box as soon as you get it and check your order. Anyway, I mean, it was my fault. They didn't send the wrong parts. I ordered the wrong parts. I ordered 0402 sized resistor arrays instead of 0603. And the boards need 0603. And I could probably hand solder 0402 components onto them, but I didn't want to. I want to, yeah. So I'm going to wait, and I will do that. This old Tony, a great YouTuber. Okay, I'll have to look up this old Tony. What is it? Does he restore stuff? What does he do? Oh, he's a machinist. Okay, I might have to look at your channel. Hello, 3D Gusno. Tinsy Ford, Amazon, Germany, costs 36 euros. For that I can get an Odroid C1. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Why is it so expensive? It's only a $20 board. $20 US. And Michael got his Raspberry Pi 4 gigabytes. God, no one's ever going to need more than 64K, 640K. Come on, what do you need 4 gigabytes for? Wrong parts ripped my flesh. You did what? Hey, Helmet. Morning, John. Gone from the hospital. What are you doing in the hospital, John? What have you done? Are you visiting? I hope you're just visiting and you're not actually in the hospital. You should get an x-ray machine, then you can x-ray boxes without opening them. No, I could just open them. I mean, it was a fairly big box. There was a lot of stuff in it, but it would have taken me 5 minutes. It took me 30 seconds to work out I got the wrong parts. That's all it would have taken me had I opened it. You know what? I probably might not have even checked it properly back then. I don't know. Anyway, because I only got my PCBs this week. So that's why it came to, like, Monday. So that's why, it came into my mind now. Anyway. Yeah, you won't need more than 640 kilobytes ever. Ever. Bring back high mem. No, let's not do that. That was terrible. That whole experience back in the DOS days of having to specify what to push into high mem. No, not good. Let's not do that anymore. Hello, MJT Epic Trio. Hello, Tin. So my Raspberry Pi 4 has been playing really well. I got the 2 gig version for my test jig, and I have to say though, it's kind of weird. So it is, when I'm testing and flashing my Tiny Picos, it is much slower than my Raspberry Pi Model 3B Plus. God, names are terrible. So if I start them both at the same time with exactly the same code, they're both running the same version of Python, everything's identical, they're both running Buster, the same version. The B Plus is almost 15 seconds faster to do a complete test cycle through of the Tiny Pico. And it's in the communication, it's in how long it, like how slow it is to actually talk to the Tiny Pico via the USB. It's pretty crazy. I don't understand why. So, yes. So, although it's, I mean, I'm not really doing anything else with the Raspberry Pi 4, or with any of my Raspberry Pis other than test jigs, but yeah, it's working okay. It just seems to be slower than the B+. Trying to load PCBs back today. Breadboard helper. Slight screw up on the silk screen. I always screw up the silk screen. I got a silk screen issue on my new, on my I/O expander board as well. It's only a tiny one. Like, it's not going to stop me from shipping them. Let me show you. Desktop. No. That one. Whoops. If you didn't see anything bad then, that was just my YouTube streaming screen. So, let's have a look here. Yeah, I left some silk on by accident. You might see here where it says red for the LED. So that shouldn't be there. And also there's some tiny little labels in here next to these resistors. And they shouldn't be there either. But you can't really see them, especially when the camera's blurry. Yeah, so I mean, that's fine. So that red's going to be half covered for the... also I left that one there. Yeah, there's a couple of little labels I left on, but it's not a big deal. Like, I'm still happy to ship these. USB should be the same or faster on the 4. Maybe it's faster, but with higher latency. I don't know. We're talking about the difference between 43 seconds and 55 to 58 seconds. Like, it's pretty significant how much faster the B Plus is. So I don't know why. 2 times GPIO 27s. Oh, you've labelled... Oh, right, okay. But that's just a label issue, Stephen? I hope it's just a label issue. Hello, David. Good morning. I dug out my Commodore PET from under the stairs. It's got 32K of RAM. Oh, my gosh. Commodore PET. Love it. Love it, love it. Hi, Marcos. What's kind of disappointing, Tim? About the incorrect part? Thank God my test jig is a Raspberry Pi 3 base then. Yeah, look, I mean, it still works perfectly fine. It's just, you know, my tests are pretty, I mean, it's already a 50, 40 to 50 second test, so it's not a quick test. As it takes forever, do they? Just going through the chat. A new mat. Yes, I've changed colour mats. I've got a grey now. So I'm really bummed. I got to tell you, I'm really, really bummed. So I bought these whole assortment of colours. These are the Anzio mats. from Amazon Australia, and I got them for $19 each. They're A3 mats. They're awesome. A3? No, A2 mats. You can't buy them anymore. And the ones I can get from Amazon now are $69 each plus $30 shipping. And these cost me $19 each, free shipping. And I'm kicking myself I didn't buy like 50 of them because they get wrecked with the iron and scratches and stuff. But anyway, the grey, it's a bit of a neutral colour on the stream, I know, on videos, but it's really nice. I like it. So that's my new colour on the mat. Just because the green, green was getting a bit boring. Possibly the Pi 4 uses software for some comms IO that previously had hardware. I don't know. No, I don't self-panel. I still use JLC to panelise. So my one attempt at self-paneling, which I didn't get made, I sent them Gerbers to look at. For some reason, when I set up my own panelising, I can't get the boards as close as they do. So I was going to start panelising my own tiny picos, but I couldn't, because I couldn't get them as close, which meant I couldn't use, means I had to remake my stencils and redo my pick and place files and everything. So I didn't bother, and then I'm just happy to get them to keep panelising. So at the end of the day, it's no cheaper if you panelise it yourself. Just so you know, there was a period of time, like with a 2-layer board, there's like a panelising fee kind of thing. But I don't know, because now they hide it all under engineering fees. So if you panelise your own board and get your board made, it works out like 50 cents cheaper than if you get them to panelise it. So I'm just happy them panelising it. Hello, Sir Katusen. Good evening. Better work on the secret project then. Whose secret project? Yours or mine? Hang on, I'm missing some. Thought you were planning on dropping Enig. Not on the Tiny Pico stuff. I'm still using Enig. I'm keeping everything consistent on the Tiny Pico stuff, and maybe everything else. I don't know. On my play shield, I dropped Enig because you can't see anything. Like everything's pre-soldered. But on these you can. They're going to ship with all the headers unsoldered. It just looks nicer. So yeah, I'm just sticking with Enig for those. So what did I never got a B+, got 3 Bs. Yeah, look, I don't even really know what the difference between all the different Raspberry Pis. I'm not a Raspberry Pi guy, as you all will know. I'm a microcontroller guy. Well, I'm a human guy. I like the grey, complements black of the chat. It's very monochrome though, but yes, makes the gold stand out, doesn't it? Candy apple grey. I don't know what colour grey it is. It looks more like a gunmetal, I think. You want ESD? It's not an ESD mat. They do self-heal, but like anything, if you abuse it too much, it doesn't heal anymore. Yeah, it doesn't self-heal when you stick a soldering iron on it. But I just need to change the colour. I've just been looking at green for a while. I just wanted something else. Hello, James. Can you share sometime the directives for penalisation, sizes for handling, fiducials, etc.? Well, there isn't. So if you get them to panelise, you just tell them you want X by Y, and tell them if you want edge rails or not. If you don't put edge rails on, be careful. It costs more to have edge rails, but if you don't put edge rails, then they take the serial number and they stick it on your boards. But if you have edge rails, they put the serial number on the side. So be very careful. If you panelise, you're going to get, without edge rails, you're going to get a nasty serial number on there. I just wanted to try to make a board again. I had tried for a real-time clock once, but goofed that up. Oh no! Goofed it up. Was it a goofy clock? And by the way, hello, Imagination to from. Is this the breakout board? Is asking me. This is the IO expander. Sorry, this is my IO expander board, my new one, the fancy one that's got 14 GPIO, digital IO broken out. Extra, it's got 4 ADCs, 12-bit ADCs, and I added 3 level shifted IO, which are connected directly to the Tiny Pico. They're not going through the MCP 23017, and it's got an SD card on the SPI SD card slot, and a reset button. Yeah, so these, I was going to build these today, but I can't because I'm missing some parts, and unfortunately I need 2 of them So it's significant. It really won't work without those parts. Wasn't a lot cheaper when I tried today. What wasn't a lot cheaper? Marius? Sorry, you're talking about the penalising? Hey, Capo Steve. So, yes, boards look pretty. Does anyone know about other brushless controllers than O-Drive with position? Yeah, not my space, not my realm. I know that James Bruton loves his O-Drives. Do you have a number? How much a project like Tiny Pico cost small batch versus large? Looking at picking machine and stencils. Wait. So I'm confused. Reading us now. How much a project like Tiny Pico costs small batch versus large? Well, you got to tell me what small batch and large batch is. Because large for you might be a different number to large for me. But like with all electronics, small batches is horrifically expensive compared to large. It's not even the manufacturing costs, although that's expensive. It's the component cost. Cost for components it goes down logarithmically as you buy more. So yeah, you need to let me know what do you consider small and big, and I can't really get, like, I'm not gonna be able to give you specific numbers like it really, but yeah, I can give you an idea, I guess. There wasn't red metal. They could make the contact pads out of red. Black would look really cool. A red metal instead of gold. So I got a bit of a sniffly nose this morning. Sorry about that. Hello, Brian. Brian needs a secret project too. What? Who's having secret projects? Hello, Leo. Whoa, that just jumped. And hello, we already said hi to Jet Gyrotech, didn't we? I think we did. Anne's got 150. Everyone's working on secret projects, are they? Oh, Stephen penalised his. He's got 50 with errors. That sucks. Welcome to the world of making accidental, silly mistakes with PCBs and having to get them made again. Oh, hello. Go for it, Paul. I just started my Xmas project for 19, planning for less assembly time effort. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on chat. This is crazy. Man, it'd be great if sometime you can make a full video on penalisation. What, of penalising yourself or penalising on JLC? Because penalising on JLC is 2 clicks. Doesn't really need a video. Did you see the INA 219 Tiny Pico shield? Did I miss that? Was that in Discord? I know, was that PV House's one? Paul's? I don't know. I'm confused which one you're talking about. Okay, there's too many conversations happening at once right now. I'm having trouble catching up with. Okay, I'm just going to keep reading. You pay for area for the PCB. Yeah, you pay with especially with 4-layer boards. You pay for the amount of PCB. Hey, what's in the bag? Hey, Edwin, I'm about to get to what's in the bag, and it's really cool, and I can't wait to open it. Hello, Mike. Hello, HMX. Time reversal experiments are going slower. Small batches where you can handle manual placing and solder versus large, you need other tools. Well, not really, because like I would have done 500 boards myself by hand through the Gusner. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You can't. I can't tell you how much. Like, how many do you need to do to justify buying a machine? Again, it's your numbers will be totally different to my numbers. I was quite prepared to hand build 300 to 400 Tiny Picos. Most people would buy a machine over 100, or they'd get them made somewhere else. So again, like I can't tell you. You need to give me numbers. A rabbit. There's a rabbit in the bag. I bumped into it on Easy Day by random. Wasn't sure if it was in the list. Oh, right. Okay. So I think that's Paul's. Is it Paul? P. Oh, wow. There's a few people on Discord now. PV House. I think that's Paul. Yes, he's working on a few different boards. I haven't put anything on the list because until they're out, until they're released as open source or they're out, I don't put them on the website. They've got to be available for people to do that. Yes, we are. What's John saying? Yes, we are. Are you in the hospital? Are we back at the hospital comment? Wow, this is... Either I'm really struggling today or there's just so many different conversations happening at once. What's something I bumped into? What's in the bag? Okay, we're getting the bag. We're getting the bag. Project and how many of those 3,000 tiny picos Crowd Supply wanted for stock have been able to produce up until now? So Crowd Supply didn't want 3,000. Crowd Supply wanted 2,000. 2,000 tiny picos, and I ended up making 350 shield packs for them. I've already made all the shield packs, and I've made about 1,000 tiny picos. I'm actually out of tiny picos. My next batch come today. So there's been a few days that I haven't been able to produce stuff. The extra 1,000 were for me, for my stock, which I haven't even started. I've got no stock for myself, and now I've got other people wanting to become distributors, and I've got no stock for them either. So I feel bad for cursing you to happen that you 2,000, 3,000 picos came true. No, don't feel bad at all. I just, yeah. It's a lot of tiny picos, and my manufacturing facilities are not designed for that quantity. Like, it's really not. I'll do that because I want multiple PCBs on different designs. Right. Self-penalizing is great if you want to mix your designs together. That works out cheaper than getting them to mix designs. But you can't rescore then. You've got to do mouse bites, which is a much harder... I know there are tools out there, but it's a much harder way of penalizing, especially if you want to produce stencils. Oh, right. John's saying, yes, we all have secret projects. Everyone's got secret... I don't have a secret project. I might have a secret project. Crowley will sing if you hit like. Hey Sim, any update on the Crowd Supply pre-orders? They've got stock. If you've pre-ordered from Crowd Supply, they should be shipping you stock. If they haven't, you need to contact them and find out why, because they've got stuff. They don't have shield packs yet. That stuff is all being... There's a pile just there. There are... Okay, I don't know if... Let me just switch cameras. So this is... Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh, see that? There are 4 of these going to Crowd Supply either this afternoon or tomorrow. So in there is the first batch of this. They're all the shield packs and a whole heap of tiny picos. But they have other tiny picos in stock right now. Hey Julian, Julian's got a secret project too. We just spoke about having a secret project on Discord. Did I speak about a secret project on Discord? No. So yeah, Johnny, if you've ordered tiny picos, they've got stock. They don't have a huge amount, but they do have stock. So yeah, contact them. I don't know why they wouldn't have shipped you yet. Hello, DC Allen. Not sure if he can trust himself with his own secret project. Okay, okay. I do have a secret project, and I thought about leaking it. And maybe I will. I might leak it today. Stay tuned. If you all behave yourselves. But let's find out what's in this. Let's find out what's in the bag. Okay, in the bag. So this is exciting. Lock, stock, and tiny pico. Why are we all saying so to Julian? Hi, Julian. Lick it. I'll lick it hard. I might. So I'm not going to turn this over because there's other details on here. So this is exciting because in here, I know what's in here. I bought this on Tindy, I'll show you in a moment. Bag! So this, when this was announced and released, I almost bought some, and then I didn't. Because I didn't have a use case for it, and I still don't have a use for it, I really don't. But he's been iterating on the design, and I saw an announcement, there's a new design, and I was looking at it, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And then I found something else that he sells, and so I got some of those too. So, and I'm probably more excited about, I'm excited about both of them. So, yeah. And I'm hoping I can get these working. We can plug them in and get them working today. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a nice little black box. And another nice little black box. They're nicely packaged. And a little thanks for buying our product. Visit our store. Okay. Anyone want to scan that in? Try scanning that in. So shall I open it first, or shall I show you what it is first? People are already rushing off to find out what it is first. I'll start with these ones. Now I'm sure some of you have already got these. Some of you might have seen them before, but some of you might not have seen them before. Oh my god, wow. Uh-oh, what's Julian done? The dating site sells electronics. Did that take you to a dating site, did it? Wow, there's a lot of tape. That was the worst opening. Okay. Open it, open it! Oh, whoops, wrong order. That's interesting. That's bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's wicked. Let's try it. Did everyone see what that was? That's okay. I'll start with this one. Because this one is the one that a lot of you might recognize. And some of you might even own already. Sorry, I was a bit premature. Okay, I hope I got all the right parts. So these are... Wait. Where's the rest? Where's the rest of it? Okay, that's not good. And we've got some badly bent pins. And where's the other PCB? Oh no, after waiting so long. Where's the other one? I'll have to check my order. Ah, pins are bent. So these are the I2C rotary encoders. Or is he two? Oh no, there's two boards in here. Interesting. He's packed two together. It looks like one. Okay, it's okay. The crisis averted. Interesting packaging. So these are... Has he got any branding on the front? No. That's a little PIC microcontroller. Julian? It's a little PIC. These are from the Netherlands. Hello, 83. Hello to anyone that came in that I have missed. So yeah, apart from this the bent pin, which I can fix, I hope. I mean, I'm sure I can fix it. They're pretty fragile. Okay. So these are they're the RGB type of rotary encoders, and they're I2C. So much for packaging safety. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised that got bent. It must have got bent when he put it inside this stuff, I guess. How can the pins be bent while inside those? I don't know. Anyway, so look, let me bring this up on the screen so you can see what these are. These are I2C encoder rotary encoders, and so they're running a PIC microcontroller, and they come up as an I2C device, and you can. So they're a full-on rotary encoder, but they've got RGB LEDs inside them, pre-bent for. Oh, let's stay out of that one. Let me see if we get a better picture. I don't know why there's a separate LED on that. Anyway, and you can chain them together because they've got in and out points for I2C, so you can hook them all in together, and they come with different types of tops. So like, you can get them with the illuminated tops, so you can get them just with the normal tops and normal handles. And I decided to get mine with the RGB illuminated tops, and then you can get the different caps. Is my camera upside down? Why is my vision's been flipped? Has that just been flipped the whole time? Oh, I picked the wrong one. Wow. It's a weird day. So yeah, these have got these RGB dials, caps, and so they light up. Oh, there they go. They light up here in a nice ring. So these light up RGB, which is really cool. So it's a rotary encoder, And oh god, these things are really soft. That's why. And it's also got a push button. And so I will solder some of these up, or one of these up at least, and we should connect it and have a play with it. So it goes in just like that. So it's pretty chunky. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I found these. He's got these. And I didn't know about these. So these, let me take this off, the plastic off. So these are a up, down, left, right, but rotation. Can everyone see that? It's a bit hard to see with the lighting. Look at this. It's a rotary encoder, but it's also got left, right, up and down controls. And I thought, I mean, that is massive. I did not realize that was going to be so big. I really didn't. Let me just go to the page for that. Other side of the board according to the silk. Other side of what? Oh, I plugged this on the other side? Yes, I know. Sorry, I was just, yeah. Yeah, I plugged it in upside down. The chip should be on the bottom. So this is the other one. This is called a 7-function joypad. And it's also I²C. And it's kind of like a click wheel, I guess. But I think it's only 4 directions. You got 4-direction button. So up, down, left and right. But then you've got the wheel in the middle. It's not quite an iPod controller. Bent pin saves jumper costs. But I thought, wow, this could be maybe quite an interesting input device for a Reflow Master Pro type device. And I wanted to see how he made it. Now again, he's done all this with a PIC microcontroller. So it's all open source, all kind of. The Gerbers are available. All his code is available. There's Arduino libraries for both. And he's got the firmware for the PIC is available. The board design files are not available. But there's a schematic, so you can technically make your own. And so I thought, wow, that's I wanted to see what this was, and if this even comes off. It doesn't look like it does. I don't want to break it. I wanted to see mechanically how it worked underneath. But there's a rotary encoder. And I thought that could be a really nice interface for a project. So I bought 2 of those. I don't really like the way the connector is on them, I guess. I mean, they're designed to be mounted, themselves. Ideally, I'd want to incorporate this onto my own package if I could. I had an idea for a project that could use something like this. Might look into this. Look, it's pretty good. It's I don't know if it's like reasonably priced or not. $18. LEDs not soldered. Yeah, you can connect a RGB LED to it as well. But I didn't want that. I didn't want it to have any visual feedback. I thought you could get iPod click wheel OEM parts or similar purpose. I don't know if you can or if you can't. Hey Renee. 83. I don't know if you can. I've never really looked into it. Looking for Anzio mats at a fabric or craft store. Yeah, not in Australia. I've never seen the Anzio brand. You can get cheap stuff here, but these Anzio mats are great. Anyway, solve my lack of ports problem. Lack of what? Maybe music player, 100,000. Could make a nice Pong clone. I guess you could do lots of things with this, but like I thought, these encoders, these are really cheap, like $6.90. Actually, no. So what did I get? I got the knob. Got the black knob for the RGB, and then I got Rotary encoders not soldered. I want illuminated RGB encoder. And the connectors, yeah, I didn't get any connectors, that's fine. So yeah, $12.70 for one of these, for one of the rotary encoders, RGB rotary encoders with a cap. I mean, I guess that's much more expensive than buying a rotary encoder somewhere else, but this is an I²C rotary encoder. You don't have to do any coding for it, you don't have to, you know what I mean? It just becomes an I²C device, and you can use multiple of them, and you just use the jumpers along here to set the address. It's a big black knob. So yeah, I was quite excited by these. I want to connect some up and have a bit of a play. But I didn't realise that these ones, there are no pads on the back. I thought there'd be pads on the back that I could solder. Like, I didn't particularly want to have to use these connectors, and they have no end on the other end. So that's a bit of a bummer. I thought there might be a nicer way of connecting those. And then of course these are supposed to go this way. I can get that in, there we go. That sits better. They do have castellated edges on the side, and I could put pins on there. I kind of don't want to solder anything directly onto this yet, I guess, but maybe I will. We should connect this up to a tiny Pico and see it working, shouldn't we? Which is why in the thumbnail I had these screens here, because what I might do is solder up one of these screens as well and see if we can get the encoder working and displaying a big number on the screen. What do you think? I think we should do that. Looks like there's 4 gold pads on one edge. Yeah, there is, but they're not labelled. These ones here. I mean, there's ground and VCC, and then there's 4 pads. They don't seem to be labelled, so I'd have to look at the website or at the GitHub. Yes, I'd have to do that. Need to, need to blow my nose. Sorry, I'm a bit stuffy this morning. One sec. I'm back. We used to use encoders like them on electron microscopes for magnification. What, this type or this type? I've seen like dials like, oh, that one's got the plastic on it still. I've seen like dials like this before, but I've not seen them incorporated with up, down, left, right buttons before. I'm sure they're around, I've just never really looked at them. I could buzz it out. Sun is coming up, it is. Sounds like a plan, no better way to get unexpected events. That is true. That is true. Question is, should I leak any information first about my project, my secret project? Let's make this rock. So I need to solder this on first. How am I going to hold it while I solder it? Sort of like an iPod wheel. For 3D printer control? Possibly. There's something, I guess there's something nice about having a knob to turn. Leak it. How am I going to hold this while I solder it? I'm going to have to get my little helper. Lol, tease it for the end. Nah, because people don't hang around till the end. If I do it right in the middle, people won't even know about it. And I think that's a better way to do it. I think to just slip it in. Leak like the White House. No, I don't want to give everything away. Okay, let's just zoom out. God, look, it's all this grayscale today. Looks really cool. Okay, so the nice thing is that sits in place when it's upside down because of those bent pads. It mostly sits in place. I might have it grab the encoder, not the PCB. Bear with me a second, folks. Haven't even turned my iron on yet. Don't want to make it too tight. No, I'm not using my blue tack. Vice of knowledge. Sion, is the project you are designing in Eagle? The project I am designing is in Eagle. Yes. We're trying to guess, are we? I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too hard. Okay. Soldering eye on. What chip have I got on there? Yeah, that'll do. And multi-core. Corbin Dallas multi-core. Excuse me. Wow. Pads on the back are for the RGB LED. Are they? Oh, are you looking on the website for me? Thank you. While I wait for the iron to heat up, it might already be hot. Let me just let me have a think. Vice of knowledge is a term Big Clive uses. Oh, okay. I don't watch a lot of Big Clive, I have to be honest. I'm sub to his channel, but I don't watch a lot of anything really at the moment. But so I'm in two minds about my name for my new project. I actually changed the name this morning, and I think I like it better. So yeah, I'm just thinking, what am I gonna I'm on this Hackaday. Oh, okay, yeah, there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of write-ups about this encoder and other stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's not brand new. Although it's a new version, it's up to version 2.1 now. If you had a TS100, it would happen in 5 seconds. You never have to think about it again. My iron heats up really quickly. I was using the opportunity. Device of knowledge is a destructive device. Okay, I don't want a vice of knowledge then. What am I going to leak? Is your secret the thing you were designing in Eagle 2 to 3 days ago? Are you talking about the thing I put on Twitter? The post I made on Twitter? Michael? Because yes, that was what I was working on Eagle, yes. I would have little time with manual wait, what? Desolder the connector and just solder to the connector's pads. I could do that. Hello, Killer Extreme. I could. I don't really want to butcher that thing yet. Okay, let me just, James got banned from Twitter. Make a yeah, that is it. Yes, that was it. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna solder this on. I don't like letting my iron sit here for too long. And I'll think about if I'm going to leak, what I'm going to leak. I need a bit more light though. I can't really see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to switch my glasses because this is a really awkward angle with the camera there. Now I can't see the chat right now, folks. Sorry. And you'll be able to see me hopefully soldering and not soldering too badly. And not breathing that in. Okay, should we do the big pads? No, I'll do the little ones first. Flux, flux, flux everywhere. Okay. Probably want to turn it around to do that. It's like a campfire. Oh, the smoke's going right in my face. Have to hold my breath. Oh, terrible. Okay, let's get these big guys happening. Not sure how I'm going to do them. Need a lot of heat. I'm not going to fill them. I'm just doing the edges of them. I don't want to fill those holes. Don't need to fill the holes. Just need to secure them. Hope my camera's in focus. Is my camera in focus? I can't see with my glasses. And I can't see the chat right now, folks. Sorry, just hold on. Okay. Apart from ugly flux, that looks good. Now I have to decide what I'm going to do about how I'm going to connect it. Do I want to just connect a header to it, or do I want to make it breadboard friendly for now? I don't even know how easily that'll go into a breadboard. Cheap DIY. I've got a soldering fan, but it's really noisy. And I've actually got one I made, which is less noisy. I've actually got, can't zoom out anymore. I got this that I made before I got my Hacko one. This is less noisy, but it's still fairly noisy. Like it's got to sit right under the camera, which means the microphone is just going to buzz the hell out of the microphone. So I'm taking one for the team. Whoops? I was watching about 10 minutes ago. Body heat convection. Flux fumes always goes into your face. Is that what it is? Is my body heat attracting the flux fumes? I was wondering why you were all talking about flux. But it makes nice sounds. That fan doesn't make nice sounds. So what do you think? Should I just put headers on it? Or should I make it pluggable into the breadboard? I might make it pluggable into the breadboard. I need some header pins. And I've got some header pins here. Oh, need to switch camera again. So I've got headers that need to go on here. How many do I need? That many. Which leaves me 5. Then I go to the small screen. It leaves me 5. Do I have my little clippers? Yes, no. Where are my little cutters? Oh, there they are. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this. So I have to solder the headers onto the screen as well. And how many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I can. So I'm going to put headers. The problem is do I do both sides? Do I do both sides so it'll sit nicely? I'm going to have to do both sides. I'm going to have to get another 5. Okay. Those pads on the wheel board are the GPIOs, so no good for hookup to I2C. Which ones? What? Which pads? Rob, you talking about? These pads here, it says plus minus. You guys can't see that. Oop, focus. It says SCL SDA interrupt plus minus. So why can't I use these? Oh, on the wheel board, right? Ah, right. Okay. Sorry, you're back on the wheel board. No, I'm going to do. Okay, I need another 5. Let me just go get another 5. This is a 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's okay. It is now a 5. Need to get the distance right. Have it the right way around. So close, but nope. Pretty wide. Just zoom back out a bit. Headers are like flux. Can't tell you how many headers I've got here. Okay. There you go. So let's solder that on. Let me get rid of my vice of lack of knowledge. Okay, and let's solder this, shall we? Let's switch my glasses again so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not going to turn the fan on. I'm not going to use the fan, don't worry. For those of you wearing headphones, you are safe. I will not do that to you. Oh, no. Look at that. That's not in. They're on the castellated side. I was right the first time. Oh, don't tell me these are not breadboard distances. These are not breadboard friendly. Come on. Yeah, because then I had them on the castellated edges. This is not breadboard friendly. You've got to be kidding me. Who would make a device like this that isn't breadboard friendly? Maybe I can bend them over a bit. Blue tack time, but it still needs to go into a breadboard. So it's not a blue tack issue, it's a... I'm sure I can get it. Okay, so if I push them apart, I can do it if I push them apart, but that just means they're going to be they're going to be skewed in a bit, right? Might be hard to get back into the breadboard, we'll see. Nah, I don't want to do them on the castellated edges. No, that's okay. Look, I bought 2 of them. I won't wreck it, but maybe it is breadboard friendly. It's just this breadboard. I don't know. Okay, let's solder this together. Use 2 breadboards. I think that kind of defeats the purpose of being breadboard friendly, right? Okay, it's a little bit tricky to do with the castellated edges. Is that in focus? I hope so. Can't see. So as I mentioned before, I've been waiting for my next batch of Tiny Pico PCBs to arrive. And they are coming today. They won't even come on my stream. I don't know, we'll see. And so I've had like 4 days of downtime, which has been incredible. And so I've used that time to... I've spent the whole time in Eagle designing stuff. Okay. So see, they're a little bit skewed, but as long as they go into a breadboard, that's fine. I can live with the skewed, as long as they work. Okay, while I'm at it, I need to put the header on this screen and hope this screen works. What's happened with the OCD? You're talking about the skewed? Okay, let's just get this on, and then we can see if we can wire all this up. Get the Tiny Pico talking to the screen, and get the Tiny Pico talking to the Rotary Encoder. And get some bling happening. I want bling on the Rotary Encoder. You know me and my RGB. So I've been working on 2 projects in Eagle. I mean, I've already mentioned many times that I want to have more than one Tiny Pico board in the Tiny Pico family, so it'll be no surprise that I'm working on a... It's not a new iteration of the Tiny Pico. The Tiny Pico will stay the same. It's a another Tiny Pico board in the family. So, I mean, that should be no surprise to anyone. But I've also been working on something else. Okay, that looks pretty good. Switch the glasses so I can see again. Look at all the chat that's gone past. The Uno is not breadboard friendly. No, but never really meant to be. It is a Mega Pico. Okay, but cover with board. Does the heat of soldering the pins bugger the breadboard? It might. I don't know. I mean, I've got quite a few of these that I bought. Then I don't really use them for projects. They're too small. So I tend to just use them for soldering. So I don't know if they do or they don't. I mean, most of the breadboards, or all the breadboards have got a cheap crap ones anyway. So, speaking of cheap crap ones, I need to find a breadboard that I can wire this project to. I don't know if I've got a spare unused breadboard. Oh, maybe. Okay. I remember one of these might have been faulty though. Do you remember a few weeks ago? Okay, so we want to put a Tiny Pico in. I don't know if I'll be able to fit all this in. We want a Rotary Encoder. Yeah, the screen's not going to fit as well. Okay, that's going to suck. Do I have a longer breadboard? I must have a long one somewhere. Unused. Or one I can pull apart. I have some breadboarded projects that one day I want to actually continue with, so I don't really want to pull those apart. What I do have is... Oh, I didn't want to pull that one apart either. Not yet anyway. Where is my... Okay, I'll use this one. Yes! Keep forgetting I got this. Hey Rob, remember this? Rob bought me this. This one and a smaller one. This smaller one that's like this, I'm already using. So this one, I've got to remember how... Where do I put the USB on this though? It's going to have to kind of go here. I mean, this is massive. Massive, massive, but that's okay. So if I put that there, so I can get access to the USB. Let's move this light away a bit. Fun fact, breadboards are named after original wooden layout boards, which sometimes are actual bread cutting boards. There you go, Sim. Wow, one day you should stream the breadboarded projects you want to carry on with one day. Yeah, nah. Well, it's like all my Hot Wheels stuff still there, which I haven't done. Okay, so that, and then we want, might as well put this. I'll try to keep it all. I feel like this is just a really big board now. Put that there. Come on, focus. And then the screen can go... I'm going to put it upside down. Maybe the screen can go there. What do we think, folks? Yep, the cable, USB cable, has to go there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Will that work? That should work. What a mess. Let me turn my iron off before I burn myself. Will not be the first time this week that I've burnt myself. Gave myself a nasty burn down here. I think I tweeted about it. How did you stop flour from getting in the... That's funny. That's funny. Okay, I got lots of cables. Hopefully these will be good. Good cables. Now we come to the fun part of working out how to wire all this together. And these are all going to be really long cables, which is going to be annoying. Maybe what I should do is, because the cables are going to get in the way, is move this over. Move these over here. Yeah, I'll do that so the cables can sit there. I really don't like breadboarding, by the way. So 3 volts, it's all going to be 3 volts, right? So 3 volts. Make sure we do the right power. There's 3 volt, 3v3 is there. Well, I don't know. What have I missed? You haven't missed anything. I'm about to wire all this up. And see if we can get it working. Right, except now that I've soldered on this, I can't read those pins anymore. Let's get a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Keep crumbs out of the holes. Okay, so which way have I got this? Where's the 3 pin? Where's the 4 pin? Which way have I got this? Right, that way. So I'm just trying. Should probably not look at your desk. No, no. I like other people working in breadboards. I'm talking about me working in breadboards. So that's really annoying. So that is positive there. I'm pretty sure. I hope. And this is ground. I hope. And ground is there. And I need another ground. Your breadboards look awesome, James. Mine look terrible. Okay, so that's power. Okay, now SCL. I'm doing SCL as green, okay? Gotta keep flipping this so I know which way the right one is. That's interrupt. Hope I don't need to connect the interrupt up. Green is SCL, which is 22 on the tiny pico. And will that reach? SDA is 21 on the tiny pico. Should we start just by seeing if we can get the rotary encoder working? Or should we try to get it all working at the same time? That's probably going to be a bad idea if we try to get it all working at the same time, right? Go for broke, all or nothing. Okay, I'm also going to have to download the drivers. Right, so then if that's the case, we need... So which driver are we going to use for this screen? We should just use the Adafruit's driver, shouldn't we? Shit or bust, go for it. Live dangerously. I always live dangerously. Don't you all know that? Okay, so I'm just going to do reset. Wow, my computer's making a weird noise. Okay, reset to reset. I just want to see how they wire up. So I'm just loading up the flirt with danger. Everything I do is flirting with danger. want to just see what their pins they use as a default on the Adafruit driver, so I can just use their default ones. Just easier. God, Arduino. Please no one start on platform IO. I don't want to talk about that right now. Graphics test. Breadboard fast and breaking things. We gotta live fast. Live life fast. Okay, so this is their code. So it's not a hello wing, that's okay. So they want CS on 10. Well, I don't have 10. And they have CCS and SD, so it's got to be CCS, right? So I'm going to put CS on 5. So CS goes on 5. And I'm sending reset to -1 because I'm using reset, and DC on 8. Well, I don't have an 8 either. DC is going to go on 4. Assuming that that's where it's going to go, and then I have to still connect up SPI. I'm going to want that one. Okay, so I need to hook up. Okay. SD ground. So clock goes to 18, which is the SPI clock. And I'm assuming SI is data. It's the slave in, I hope. Goes to 23. You can't really see what I'm doing. Oh, it's those I2C encoders. Yes! I got 2 of these encoders. So let me just go back to the... Yeah, so you can see what I'm doing. So I think I've got that wide. I've got the screen wide correctly. Okay, let's see if we can even just get the screen up now. I have no idea what code is on this Tiny Pico. Hope I don't blow anything up. I haven't connected the... Okay, there's some MicroPython on there. I have not connected the light pin. I assume I need 3 volts on that. Hello, Electron Ash and Tabletronics, and anyone else that I've missed that popped in before. Interesting results, did you? Okay. It's not good. Let's see if we can get... I'm just going to compile. And see if we can get something happening out of the screen. Adafruit ST9 has no member. Oh, right. I've got to go through the rest of this code every time. Right, so I had to get rid of the init. I thought I'd done everything, but I hadn't. There was still some code that was looking at the the other model one. Why am I on that ESP32? Weird. Come on. Yes, I know. Platform IO. I should do it. I know. Okay. Here we go. The commands aren't different, except they use different names. Yeah, that's just running some MicroPython right now. On the Tiny Pico. Actually, well, it could be running the Arduino version. Okay, we're connecting. Just want to make sure we can get something on the screen. I might need to plug in the light. Okay, there's nothing on the screen. Do I need a... do I need 3 volts? 3.3 volts going to the light? I think I do. Maybe I don't. Well, the Arduino one doesn't, flashes more quickly than the Python. What, you mean the RGB LED? Okay, do we have any serial output? Um, 9600. Why do Adafruit's projects use 9600? It is so slow. So slow. I'm just going to reset the tiny Pico. Okay, test initialized. So the code's running, but there's nothing on the screen. So maybe I've got this wired wrong. Why is this stuff just so hard? Anyone know why this is so hard? Maybe I've got them wrong. There's a CCS and a TCS. So maybe I'm supposed to be using CCS, TCS. The reset's on there. I've got the reset connected. I'm using DC is on 4. Because it's Arduino, yeah, I know. But because this has got an SD card on the back as well, there's 2 different selects. Maybe I'm using the wrong select. Definitely got clock going to 18. Let's just get closer. Pinless selection of the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure the... well, it detects if it's... Like ESP8266 won't be defined. So it won't run that code block, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it needs to be SD instead of SI for the data. It's possible. I'm just re-flashing. It's me versus TFTs. It seems. Yeah, that's not working. TCS SI SO clock. No, this is... Let me get closer to get to see. It's got CCS, DC, reset, TCS, SI, SO. Is that SO or SD? I think it's S. Is it an O or D? Okay, that might be it's an O. It's LED 7. Ground, 3.3, and then V in. So maybe I need to be using V in instead of 3.3. Is that an O or an I? Yeah, look at that. I need to do V in and V3 like last time. No way. I shouldn't need to do both, should I? Yep. Okay, well. Still no picture. So I've got 3.3, I've got 3V, 3 and V in, both coming from the 3 volt line. This is not a microscope, this is just my camera. So, am I supposed to be using TCS or CCS? I think I need to go and look at this board and find the learn guide for it, because this is ridiculous. Well, it did light up dimly, very dimly. Does the encoder have an on-off push switch? Not on and off, it's got a switch. This is obviously not connected up right now. I got sent the link to the learn guide. I'm just looking at it now. Thank you, David. So I'm just looking at this is the learn guide. So this is the pinouts I've got. Okay, so TCS, this is the TFT. Right, I'm using CCS instead of TCS, so that's bad. So I want to be using TCS. If I use CCS, it's never going to connect to it, right? And then I want to be using SI, which is what I am. Okay. So I have a feeling I might have damaged this screen. Right, 3.3 is an output pin. Exactly, and I'm not supposed to have them both connected. So I wonder if I've just damaged the screen. I mean, it's booting up and I'm getting data back out of it, but I'm not getting a display. What am I supposed to do with the light pin? Light BL. Right, I don't need to use the light pin. Oh wait, why is my DC... What happened to my DC is not connected? Right, I've pulled a cable out or something. Okay. What did I say DC was connected to? It was 4. Where's my pin 4? 4 is going to... Oh, I moved the wrong one. So DC... CS... TCS... Okay. Oh! We've got a picture on the screen. Okay. We didn't break it. Wow, look at that. Look at how high res that is. Yes! Okay. Luckily we didn't break it. Yay! It lives. So now I need to go get the Rotary Encoder code. Documentation. So, no, where's the library? That's not what I wanted. Source code. Okay, Arduino library. Okay, I think this library is for both of them. Yes, curse is lifted. Can you rotate the feed 180? Well, I don't want to rotate the feed, but I definitely want to maybe rotate the screen. So I think I can do that. Well, I've got these all open. 1 second. Right, I should just be able to rotate the screen. TFT init. Should be able to go TFT dot, is it rotation? Can't remember. Is it set rotation? I don't know which rotation it is. Right. It's not rotation. Set rotation. There we go. Maybe. Just turn in just in time. Hey Bruce. Make an Etch-a-Sketch. Hey, while I'm downloading this library, David, or Treacher 3D Print, can you post a link? Hang on. I'm going to make you a mod. Can you post a link to that logo thing you did? That'd be cool. Okay, so 0 seems to be the same way it already was. Let's go 2. See if we can rotate the screen. Oops, not even on the right thing. Okay, while I need to add the library. Will that be the right way around? Yes. Okay. So I've rotated it by code. Wow. Arduino, you are terrible. Add a zip library. Downloads. Okay. Do you expect the I2C commands to be fairly trivial? Not sure if it does has. It does have an interrupt pin. I don't know if I need to connect that. Okay, so how do I use this library? Let's find out if there's any example code File. Examples. Look how long my Arduino IDE takes. It's only on this machine. It's not letting you post the link. The link to your tweet. Okay, 1 second. I just want to... Dupa library encoder, basic ESP RGB encoder. Let's try that. What is that? Yeah, I don't know why David's not able to post this link, but everyone check this out. Or maybe I'll just, let me open it. I'll show you all. So this is, have a look at this. Can I make it bigger? Can I make it bigger? So this is a 64 by 64 matrix panel. Tiny Pico running Brian's matrix, Tiny Pico matrix adapter board. And this is the obviously unexpected maker logo with like a rippling effect on it. How cool does that look? Yeah, very cool. Oh, and cake. Nice. That's Azzy's live stream snack. Oh, where's mine? Okay, anyway, let's get back to this. Desktop and cam. Okay, RGB encoder. This is their code. Interrupt pin, change accordingly for your configuration. Okay, I haven't got an interrupt pin set up. I probably should. So I'm going to put my interrupt pin on, which is, I'm sure it's that one. I hope it's that one. Yes, it is that one. I'm going to put that on pin 14. Okay, I don't know why, if we need it or not. I got you Maltesers to share it. That's very true, Azzy. You did. Okay, interrupt pin is 14. I don't know what this code does, by the way. It outputs stuff to the serial. Let's at least get this working, and then we can see if we can get both of them working together so I can display on the screen what I'm getting from the encoder. It is compiling. Whoa. It's dumping a whole bunch of stuff, but what's my serial speed? 115200, that won't work. 115200. Here we go. Well, it thinks it's doing something. That doesn't look good at all. So maybe I've got these wired wrong. It's possible I got them wired wrong. No, SCL, SDA. Plus and minus. SCL is 22. 22, 21. It thinks it's rotating. Is the address okay? I don't know. We'll make the address only the jumpers 8. Okay, so I don't have any jumpers soldered. So the address would be, I don't know, clearly not the right address, but what would it be if it's, if I've got nothing sold, it should be 0. Where's their example code? Their help. Examples. That's great that it's given me all these options for if they're shorted. I don't want them. If they're not shorted, what would the address be? I don't have any of them shorted. So it should be just the whatever the default address is. Would it just be 0? Why can't I click in the... Okay. My computer's locked up. The Arduino IDE is locked up. Okay, you see on Discord beeps. Yes, I need to mute that. Sorry, folks. Okay, so I need to kill the Arduino IDE because... Oh, no, it just woke up. Did it just wake up? Hey, Scott, what did you miss? No, I need to kill it. So now it's going to try to open up 5,000 Arduino windows again. Okay, so while that's loading, is it sneak peek time? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, okay, this is loading up like 500 windows. I don't need all you windows. Go away. Sorry, won't be a second. Oh, you are a dog, Arduino IDE. You really are a dog. Why is the LED not lit? This one? Because I haven't, it's not doing anything yet. Hey James. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. So, if I set this to just 0, does it need the 1 at the start? It might need the 1 at the start. Right, you know what I need to do? I need to do it. I'll do an I2C scan. Yeah, I'm going to use this scanner. I've got a scanner. Hang on. If I can find it. I2C scanner. Let's scan and see what it finds. Yeah, scanners are easy. I wrote one on MicroPython the other day. $11,200. Okay. Okay, compiling. What? Going to my scanner. Why is my scanner not working? And why is this doing this again? Oh right, that's the code that's running on there. Couldn't open port. Ah. Okay, so don't use 0. Yeah, I'll find it. I keep forgetting in Arduino land, if I touch the serial button while it's trying to code, it kills upload. It kills the upload. No devices found. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, let's take that out and that out. So 3 volts to... I'm assuming I've got this wired correctly. It's pretty awkward because there's no labels on... So there's labels on the side pins, but not on these pins. The pins for those ones, which are the ones I'm using, you can see that it says I2C encoder. The label's only on one side. They are on the bottom. So it's negative. So from the side, it's negative, positive, SDA, SCL, interrupt. So if I share the grounds, negative to negative, 3 volts to 3 volts. Interesting. The code came up for a split second saying found something. Found 3 devices. I don't know what that's about. Let's just reset it. So it's not finding it. Could it be cables? Could it be the board? I don't think it's the board. It was a bad wire last time. Let me get these wires, get rid of them. Let me try some new wires. Okay. Gonna go, oops, wrong screen. Swap SCL and SDA. Yeah, I tried that, but it shouldn't be that. SCL, SDA. Nope, still not found it. Could it be bad ground and power? It's possible. You get a different ground and power cable. Still nothing. Still nothing. Now this is a special I2C encoder, Scott. It's one of these. So the only other thing I can think of is what's if I maybe just if I rotate it around. Interrupt SCL. me just rotate it around. Oops, so it's going to be ground, SDA, still nothing. Nope. Does it have the pull-up jumper set? I haven't changed anything on the board. So, I mean, if you... Hey, David. Yeah, I can pull up. I might have to pull up SDA, SCL. But I thought they had pull-ups on here. Like, if these just can't be plugged in and used, I thought they had pull-ups on here. Is there a no better? No. I suppose it's a pull-up jumper. Oh, right. It's got pull-ups, but are they not connected? So you can see over here, maybe, if I can focus. These are pull-ups. Maybe they're not connected. Yeah, I might have to solder those. Because it looks like they're broken. So, maybe for now, no pull-ups in case you use two or more on the same bus. True. Okay, maybe I will just grab myself some resistors and pull it up myself. I'll just put some 4.7k resistors on here. Look at this, Julian. I'm doing, if you're still here, I'm doing through hole. These are two 4.7k resistors. There was something on the sales, yeah. I might have read that like 3 weeks ago when I bought everything. From memory, I thought they were pre-pulled up because they were on the board that way, but maybe they're not. Yeah, I didn't realize I had to solder it. Makes total sense. Total sense. Okay, and I can get those in. Are they in? Doesn't feel in. Maybe. Okay. Okay, still no device, but I might have swapped these cables by accident, so 1 second. Might have data and SCL the wrong way around now, as I was stuffing around. Okay, they're both pulled up now. But still not finding it. This 4.7k isolate to the encoder alone. As in get rid of everything else. Yeah, yeah. I don't think that's gonna make any difference. Is ground and ground? I forgot this ground come. Oh, how wait, my ground might have come out. Maybe my ground came out. Wow. Hate breadboarding, folks. Hate it with a passion. Still not finding it though. That second resistor isn't plugged in. Yeah, I think it is. It's underneath. They're both plugged into the same point, to the same row. They're both being pulled up. Yeah, breadboards suck. Yeah, you might not be able to see that they're both going to the same row. Definitely running out of ideas. Well, depends what you're trying to do on a breadboard, I guess. There's nothing wrong with a breadboard. It's just that it's, yeah. So interrupt SCL, SDA, plus and minus. Interrupt SCL. So they're definitely the wrong way around, but I had them the other way before. SCL, SDA. It's definitely not finding it. I know I can short it on the board, but I don't think it's necessarily the problem. So I have to short both sides, right? Where's my, need my thing again? My vice. Can you get closer to it so you can see it? If I can focus. It's 3.3 volts coming from the display. Well, it's being passed through, yeah, it's on the same line. I've tried it directly as well. It's 3.3 volts. Well, that's a good question. It's got to be right. Voltage range 3.3 to 5 volts. Yeah, it's 3.3 volts. Not all fall the wrong way around. The board you're reading is upside down. No, I was flipping it. I was mirroring what I was seeing. Okay, I'm just going to solder the jumpers. Doesn't it need a address pad? Well, it might need an address pad, but it shouldn't. Their example code is for make for address 61. Only the jumpers A0, A5 and A6 are soldered. I don't particularly want to give it a fixed address yet. Hey Ian. Checking in before I check out. Dude, we all checked out ages ago. Okay, I need my other glasses. It's actually clearer for me to see on the screen than it is to see. God, how nice is that picture right now? Nice and sharp, isn't it? Okay. It's a really big jumper, by the way. Okay, I think I got it. Does it look like I got it? Neck. Okay. Let's try this again. Still no I2C devices found. So, do you have any jumper wires with sockets you can plug directly onto the encoder board? Jumper wires with sockets. Well, you mean not through the breadboard? Well, sure, I've got, you mean male to female? Yeah, but it makes it really hard to use the encoder then, right? That's all. Okay, so that didn't work. Let me just do 3 volts directly. Which way around the pins on that side? So this side of the encoder board. Okay, so Crowley is here. Okay, so this is see the boards that way. So if I flip it over, I've got this side is that side, right? So I've got ground, then positive, SDA, SCL, interrupt. Interrupt here becomes the far left. Some other I2C module. I think what have I got? Do I have a screen or something? OLED. Actually, I know what I can try. If I can find it. Wow. Can't find anything. Okay. I have 2 things I can try. Take that out. I've got an RTC clock. Pull them out. Okay, and so I've got ground, 3 volts. These cables won't reach. Damn. Try over here. Okay. Ground, 3 volts. SCL, SDA, and it's not picking that up. Well, that's interesting. So it's not picking up my RTC module. What? Reading the instructions. Don't you have to set the address on the board without any jumpers? Set the iScript. Possible, Sim. Simon? Quite possible, but it's not even picking up my RTC clock right now. So I'm just going to take my RTC clock out. Plug it into I can't see what I'm doing. It's plugging into my 3-up, and I'm going to take my Tiny Pico out. It could easily just be bad wires. Bad Tiny Pico. Well, in this case it's not, But yeah, it could always be a bad tiny pico. There you go. See, that's found my RTC clock now. But on the breadboard, it didn't find it. So there's something funky happening on the breadboard. So what I need to do now is I'm going to unplug this, and I'm going to take my encoder, get some other cables, if I can find some. Wow, where's my male to female? Right. And I'm going to do male to female and see if I can get that working. Who's barbecuing? What? Okay. So. Plus and minus. So I've got plus and minus, and I've got SDA, SCL. SDA is yellow. Okay, so I'm going to go from the encoder, I'm going to go directly to here. So I've got ground. Oh, come on. This is without pull-up still, right? So just be aware of that. SCL. Okay, so that's not finding anything. So I might need to give it an address. Let's do that now. Okay, so I'm just going to do, where's 0? I'm just going to do A0. I'm just going to give it just one solder pad on 0. With my wrong glasses, this should be good. Okay. Oh no, it's got the pull-ups, hasn't it? Because I did that solder bridge. It's all Crowley's fault. Crowley. Is that a bad solder joint? That could be a badly soldered pin here. God, wouldn't that be funny if that's all it was? I might have had a bad solder joint, guys and girls. Okay, let's try this again. Is that bridged? I hope that's not bridged. No, not bridged. Okay. Wow, 8:30. I still haven't got the encoder working. That's really frustrating. Minus and plus. Minus and plus. SDA, SCL. Sorry, it's off camera and it's probably blurry. I'll fix it in a second. And we found something in address 1. Yay. Okay. How frustrating was that? Okay, so let's try this code again. Yay, but seriously, it shouldn't be this hard. Things shouldn't be this hard. Just 0, not valid. Looks like it. Okay. No. Oh, right, I need to physically set the address, don't I? So, what will the address be? Can I just not pass it XOX? OX01? Can I pass it OX01? Well, that's not the right one. Can I pass it this? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, that's not working either. That didn't work. Unless it didn't recompile. Hang on. Oh, here we go. We have a blue LED. Oh. Okay, it doesn't like me touching the cables. Okay, I'm turning it. Yay! 10 is the maximum. To -10. Okay, I wonder how they're getting... Wow, they're warm. Those pin... I'm holding the wires to hold it, and they are quite warm. It's another win! Okay, so where's it setting the colour? I haven't put the interrupt pin on it either. Why begin, why right? Just curious to know where it does the colour. Right, RGB code. Here we go. Right, that should be blinking the RGB. Oh, right, so it does that at the start. So if I do a reset... sorry, 1 second. Let me go to here. So hopefully we'll see it blink when it does a reset. Hopefully. No, that didn't do a blink. Why is it not blinking? Is that a bad cable? It's possible. That's bad. No. Code here says it's supposed to be blinking. Try reloading it. So does that make it a gamer one because it's got RGB? I think so. Anything with RGB is a gamer. Does that make the Tiny Pico a gamer? Tiny Pico? Yes, it shows here it's supposed to be flashing. I would have thought that is flash. Okay, so maybe I need to hook the interrupt up. What did I say it was? Where's the other bag? It was interrupt 14, I think. Okay, only gamer if it has 140 megahertz refresh. Yeah, okay, bummer. Well, this definitely doesn't have the refresh. Hello, Ian. I think I did, was it 14? I don't know what the interrupt does. It's, oh, it reloaded the code, that's why. 14. Let's just recompile. Interrupt optional. Yeah, the interrupt's optional. You don't need it. But I'm curious to know what it does here. But it's supposed to be fading this in, flashing it at the start. But it's not. Oh, it did really quick maybe. Maybe there was a really quick flash. I don't know. Now that it works, wouldn't it be easy to have it on the breadboard? Yes, it would be. Hello, Ben. I want to know what the interrupt does. Okay, so let's unplug that. Let's put it all back together again on here, if we can. Okay, so I've got let's plug my Tiny Pico back in. And let's just power it up, who cares? Okay, so let me just check the order again. So interrupt first, then SCL, SDA, power and ground. Except, is that not working? Oh, it's working. Okay, so do we have output? Okay. Yay! Now I want to get that working on the screen. So I'm just going to hack some code. Hack it, hack it. It's the other way. If I do nothing else today, I want to get this just working on the screen. Fuse code. Fuse code. Hack the planet. What? Hack that planet! Oh. Reloaded, didn't it? That's fine. Do an init. I'm going to fill it with black. Actually, I'm going to, in the loop, this is going to be really nasty, okay? Really, really nasty. But I'm just going to... So I just want to draw text. What's the text? Drawing text again. Just do a tft.print, don't I? Set cursor. Here we go. There's going to be nasty hack. Nasty. Every loop is going to clear the screen and flicker like a mofo. How do I get the results out of it though? Min max decrement. Read counter int from the object. Right, so I need a variable called int count. And I want count equals this. And print count. So that's going to still go to the log. But down here, I'm going to have it print set cursor. What's this? It's 240 by 240, so 120, I don't know, 110 by 110, and I don't know what the default color is. I don't care about wrapping, and I'm going to print text count. Do I have to do a string around it? Maybe I might have to do a string. And how do I do the text size? There should be a text size, right? Yeah, the LED was supposed to, I thought it was supposed to change color as well, but it doesn't seem to be. Set text color. This is really nasty, guys. I know it is. Let's just see what this does anyway. Okay, I'm just compiling. Come on, compile. Okay, I've got nothing on the screen. Why have I got nothing on the screen now? Well, that sucks. What have I forgotten to do? To do like a beginner or something on it, maybe. No, shouldn't have to. Didn't init, didn't I? TFT init. Moving wise those LCDs, you have to restart the sketch board. I already just restarted it. What do you mean? Unless I've knocked something. Clock. In. Reset. No, should all be in. Should be working. Hey Alan. Did you offer it a coffee? You should offer me a coffee. Hello. Yeah, the nav key is pretty cool. I've got one of those here. Paul, I think you came in late. I bought a couple of those. And these. I've been here, forgotten to upload 20 minutes of my life. I won't get back. Oh no, 20 minutes. Okay, definitely not displaying anything on the screen now. Oh, I know why. Oh, hang on, I know why. because I copy and pasted, but it reloaded, and these are all wrong now. Remember? Okay, my DC is on 4, I think. DC is 4, and my select was 5. That is why. Silly Sion, silly sausage. I'm pretty sure that is the problem. So no, I restarted the Arduino. I hadn't saved the code. That's why. Jet Gyrotech's retired since... Sorry, folks. I know it's been painful. It's always painful when I play with stuff like this. And doing it on the stream's always... yes, dangerous. Oh, there we go. There's a number. You can't see it. It's really small. Text size 5. Copy pasta mistakes. That's very funny. This isn't hard to code and make work. It's just the way I'm doing it is just like you know what I mean? There we go. A big number. It's flickering. I should make it only update when it changed. I can stop the flickering. It's upside down. Let's rotate it. Hang on. TFT dot set rotation to. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'll go back to here just for now. I'm also going to set it to go int old count equals 0. And what I'll do, did I spell that right? Yeah, I did. Okay. And so to stop it from flickering, I'll just go if old count doesn't equal count old count equals count. So it'll only do it when the value's changed. And that's, again, really hacky code. Is this the Arduino Uno? No, this is a tiny Pico. And where did I miss? Oh, set rotation. And I want the number bigger still. It's not big enough. 7. Let's make it yellow. Hope there's a yellow. Olf count. See? Typos. This is why it's hard. Because I'm just hacking code on a stream. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, it's compiling. So now we should see a nice big yellow number here that won't flicker. You see the flickering? It's not as bad on camera. I hate semicolons. Hello. 1, 2. It looks white on screen. It's actually yellow. There we go. It's a bit slow. Not sure where the bottleneck is there. The 8's upside down. You see yellow? Yeah, it's a very whitey yellow. It's much more yellowy here. Can you change the number into a positioned horizontal bar, add a bouncing circle, and perhaps add a buzzer and some beeps? Yeah, sure, hang on. Just give me 5 seconds. Hello, Maxint R&D. Hi to anyone who's joined the chat since I've been doing all this and not paying attention to the chat. I think there's a few names that have gone past that I didn't say hello to before. So, sorry about that. It's a warm white. It's pretty white. What I need horizontally positioned text, but I'm not going to do that now. Anyway, so it works. How do we set the color? That's a bit annoying. This code. Right fade, fade enabled through another step. Like, I should be able to now make big jog shuttle. Yeah, maybe. Use the interrupt. Well, I don't know if it should be using the interrupt. I don't know what the interrupt, what it's supposed to be doing. Do you mean to make it faster? Sure, but well, I don't know why it's what the interrupt is doing right now, because if I unplug the interrupt cable, right, there's no interrupt. It still works. And if I plug the interrupt in, it's this. Is it the same? Well, it seems to be double clicking sometimes. Double updating. If I go too fast, maybe. Oh, interesting. Okay. You see there's a delay? Right, this is quite funny. Well, not funny at all. So it looks like there's a delay. I'm looking at the screen, looking at the delay. It's actually not. If I look down here, it's instant. Here, it's instant when I'm looking at it. Super fast. Anyway, okay, that just must be a capture issue. But I still want to, my code is already fast. Yeah, but how do I make it change color? I think what I want to do is I want to say if it's, if count equals 10, oh, really? If it equals 10, I want it to be red. Else if, oh, you can't see my code, sorry. Else if, let's see if I can change the color. Count equals -10. I want it to be green. No, I want it to be blue. Else I want it to be green so we can see it. It should just be green all the time, right? And it will let you change the code from constant polling to using interrupts before polling. Right, but I don't have any code here that's constantly polling. Like in the loop, it's... So it must be doing that because the interrupt pin is low. Call the callback. Right, so it's ignoring the interrupt right now because it's treating it as low. Okay, so it's not changing the color of the LED. So that is not working. It's supposed to be green right now. Right code, right RGB code. I did. It's doing it here. It should be changing the color, assuming that these methods work. What other example code is there? Are you sure it's not just a blue? It might be. It shouldn't be. They only sell an RGB version if it's got an LED in it at all. What other codes you got? Tuple library. Teensy. Basic. Yeah, I don't think anything else is going to do it. It's your count being limited. Yeah, it limits it to 10 and +10, -10. Hard code the color. I did hard code the color. Look, it should be green. Every loop. Whenever I change it, whenever the number changes, it should be green. Yeah, I don't think that code's working at all to change the color. This should go green now as soon as I rotate it. If it's limited, what do you mean no, it goes to 10 and negative 10 electron ash. So this should be green now. See? 10, negative 10. So the RGB is not working anyway. Unless there's something that needs to be in data, wrap disable, direction left, direction pop enable, RGB encoder. See, the RGB encoder is turned on. Okay, I don't know what this one is. This one is going to wrap. Paul's going to go before the leak of information. No way. Hey, Christos. See you, Paul. Right, so that's supposed to be wrapping, and that's not wrapping. According to this, it's supposed to be wrap enable. Oh yeah, leak. It's going to wrap. Yo, post packet, wrap it, post packet. Okay, I'm going to stop with this for now. I'll have to do some more research on this. That's really frustrating. I mean, it's working, but I want to get the RGB working. I'll work it out. There'll be some setting I haven't seen, or something, or something, or something. So, shall we do a leak? A quick leak? I don't know, like, I'm not sure anyone's even going to care much. Like, we're going to do a leak or a tease? I guess that's the question. Are we going to leak it or tease it? Leak. I mean, I could do that. Whoops, what was that? What was that? I don't know what that was. What was that? Hide in the Ecuadorian embassy for 6 years. No, it's not a Tiny Pico Pro. You saw it. Of course you saw it. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. So, da 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 da. What happened then? What? Screen capture for the win. So, there you go. It's now on Reddit. So, please, people, don't put it on Reddit. Don't. This is... Yeah. I'm going now. There we go. So I'm going to keep it small. It's an ESP32S2. It's called the Pro S2. It's got USB-C, only USB 2.0. Single-sided, yes. It has got 16 megabytes of flash. It has got 8 megabytes of PS RAM. It's got two 700 milliamp voltage regulators. Two. Obviously onboard battery, everything else. Microblade JST on the top. It's 48 by 18 millimeters. What does it not have? No, there's no HDMI connector. It's got an APA on there as well. It's got a reset button and a button on pin 0. So I was going to call it, interesting, up until yesterday, up until this morning, it was called the Tiny S2. Because the first set of pins, the first 10 pins, top and bottom, although the numbers are different because the S2 has got different numbering, it is pin for pin compatible, fingers crossed, with the Tiny Pico. So you'll be able to put Tiny Pico shields on it. Tiny S2 sounds a bit like a mild medical complaint. Very funny. So it's compatible with the Tiny Pico shields. And I'm saying fingers crossed because there's no data at all out at the moment. I've got no way of confirming. Nothing's been ratified. There's no Arduino support or anything else. I can build this board. I don't even have a chip I can put on it that'll work. I've broken out TX-RX as well, even though I'm going to be using the onboard USB. 2 girls, 1 S, Tiny Tim. But anyway, I've decided to rename it to the Pro S2 because it is a pro board. This is not going to be a $9 Chinese board. That's what's going to happen. As soon as the chip comes out, the market's going to be filled with really cheap boards. This is a premium board. So, 2 LDOs, and let me tell you why it's got 2 LDOs. This is awesome, and this is something I'm going to be doing on a newer family member of in the Tiny Pico as well. So, the second LDO is software controlled via a switch. No, it won't be $200. Seal boards, and we can all attempt to solder. Yeah, probably not, Bruce. So the second LDO powers the APA 102, and it also has, you see this 3VO? There are 2 lots of 3VO. I'm keeping this nice and small on purpose. If you look at the back, the 3 volt out, these are out only. And these are coming from the second LDO. This is designed so you can power your 3.3 volt peripherals off this board and not take any of the LDO that the S2 and other stuff need, like the PS RAM and flash and everything. But it gets better. There is if you look here, there's a truth table on the back. The LDO is controlled by both GPIO 21 and by the SPI VDD, which controls the power going to the flash and to the RAM. It's a microcontroller board, more. What is the purpose? The purpose is anything you want to do with a microcontroller board. It's an ESP32 board. So what happens is, if the S2 goes into deep sleep, it automatically shuts down your 3.3 volt out. Which means if you have a screen plugged in there, or you have a Rotary Encoder or whatever you've got plugged in, any devices you plug into it will automatically power down when the S2 is put into deep sleep. It'll automatically power down for you, including the APA. But if it's awake, you can then use GPIO 21 to turn the power on and off. So you can decide, yes, it's using a Fractus antenna. You can decide if you want to turn the peripherals on or not. So you might be running off battery, you don't want to put the the S2 to sleep, but you want to turn the peripherals off. You can do that. This is an ESP32 more. It's just the new S2 chip. So, how cool is that? That is a feature I've never seen on any microcontroller board anywhere. Calculating the bomb now. Go for it. So, I'm very excited about this. I'll do a proper announcement soon. This is still considered a leak, not a proper announcement. You can't find more information at the moment because it's not out yet. You should fit the word tiny in the space above the row pro. Make it the tiny though. Yeah, it might be a little bit hard to see. And I've got the actual Pro S2 logo on the back of the board is going to be an ENIG. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how well that's going to work. But yes, it's designed to be a really good IoT device. It's designed to be like a really powerful microcontroller. It's got all the I/O broken out that I can. Oh, there's one other feature on here, which for most people you're not going to care about, maybe, and for most people it's going to be out of reach. This little section up here, if you can see just here, that will not be populated on the board. Yeah, I don't know about Tiny Pro. There's going to be a Tiny Pico Pro at some point, so I'm not sure. So, is pin 13 an LED? No, it's not. So this little section up here, that is for an external MEMS crystal, 32K crystal. It's a BGA package. It's tiny. So this allows you to connect an external crystal to the S2 on this board. If you want to, you have to do it yourself. And by having an external crystal, what you can actually do is get you get lower power, more accurate RTC when the S2 is in deep sleep. So that is very much a pro feature, something that most people aren't going to want to use or touch, and you need to be able to reball BGA if you want to add it on here. And the actual MEMS crystals are very expensive. They're like between $2 and $5 each. So this is definitely something for only those that need it. That's why I'm not populating it already. Tiny Pico Pro. No, I've mentioned Tiny Pico Pro and ages ago. Like there was going to be the Nano and the Pro, the Plus, whatever. Will it have its own I2C address jumper? For what? There is no. It's not an I2C device. Different from turning on and off ADCs, etc. Just popped in. Hey Dave Darko, what are we talking about when you say peripherals? So, there's a dedicated 3-volt out power domain on this board. Separately, like you've got a 3-volt 3v3 pin over here. Separate to that, that's an in and out pin. This 3v3 out is out only, and it's running off its own LDO. And so what you can do is plug your own. You can plug whatever, like I did here, right, where I've got things plugged into the 3-volt line. But if these were plugged into the 3V out, I could actually, with code, I could say, shut down that LDO and turn these devices off while my board is running. I have full control over turning the power on and off via software. Oh, awesome. Are you in the States, Dave? I thought you were back home. Can it be mounted on standoffs? No, there are no mounting holes on it. It's too small for mounting holes. Did I hear BGA? Yes, Christos, you heard BGA. So to get to destroy with solder. Well, if you want to hand solder a BGA on, sure, but a JLC PCB going to be able to make it? Yes, they're going to be able to make it. The shouty man's back. Hardware happy hour, cool. What's the main difference between this and the Tiny Pico? Well, this is a little bit longer. It's got a lot more GPIO. The S2 is single core, not dual core. No Bluetooth, it's only got Wi-Fi, the S2. But it's got a whole bunch of other features. For instance, LCD support via an 8-pin wide SPI bus, camera support, again, via that bus. It's got time of flight, Wi-Fi, a lot more security stuff, and it supports a lot more RAM and a lot more flash. You can put up to 128 megabytes of flash on this thing. I'm using the same LDO as what's on the Tiny Pico. And it's, yes, it's 48 millimeters instead of 32 millimeters. Binky Corn LDO Pico S2. What? So yeah, this is a RAM-packed, so basically a connected enable pin. Did that with revision of the... No, it's not a connected... okay, wait. No. If you want to call it simply a connect enable pin, yes, but it's not, because it's... Firstly, it's the second LDO, so it's a fully dedicated LDO just for peripherals, but it's also connected to the deep sleep of the S2. So if the S2 goes into deep sleep, it automatically cuts the power off for you. So it's a little bit more advanced than just an enable pin. There's logic there controlling whether the power is turned on and off. Yep. I mean, if I disable the normal LDO, it shuts down the S2, doesn't it? Profiteroles. Yum. Anyway, there you go. Wait, I wasn't even looking at the screen. So there it is. Fine, it's essentially just an enable pin. Whatever. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Yeah. Don't know what else to say. Profiteroles. I'm now hungry. I'm going to go get something to eat, I think. And I've lost my webpage again. Always. Okay, got it back. Yeah, that was a little bit more than a leak, wasn't it? I went into a bit more detail than I was planning on it. Anyway, thank you. Thanks for joining. I'm glad the screen worked and the encoder kind of worked. I will sort out the RGB stuff and get back to everyone about it. Otherwise, ciao. Have a great week. Bye. Click.